Superman isn't alone in Superman The Coming of the Supermen Issue 1. As Lois Lane reports news of visitors from other planets arriving on Earth, the alien ship crashes in a field. Men dressed like Superman emerge, hiding their ship out of sight. Continuing her report, Lois breaks news of parademons attacking Metropolis. LexCorp's private army responds to the situation as Calibac arrives. Calibac and his forces fight off LexCorp's army, while a group of parademons bury under the LexCorp building. The three Supermen arrive, fighting Calibac. Lois wonders who or what they are and where the real Superman is. Superman, meanwhile, is busy saving people in the Middle East. Seeing some mortar rounds heading for a small boy and his dog, Superman destroys the mortars, saving the boy and his dog. While trying to find somewhere for the child to hide, an alien being appears. When Superman tries to attack him, he slows down time around Superman so he can talk to him. The alien asks the boy if he would go with Superman, but Superman says the boy must stay here with his family, and that there are laws that will help him find his family. With every solution Superman gives to the boy's well-being, the alien rebuts with a problem. Clark takes the boy and the dog back to Metropolis with him, where he watches the Superman in action. He wonders what Calibac would want with Lex Luthor and LexCorp. Still covering the news, Lois is joined on air by Lex, who says his people have the situation under control. Lex angrily shouts at Lois when she implies that the countermeasures that he is using are actually for Superman. He says that in Metropolis's time of need, where is Superman? Clark goes to the battle, wanting to know what the parademons are after. After he gets nothing from Luthor, fighting the parademons who are digging near LexCorp, they flee through a boom tube. Before the Supermen can find him, Superman leaves to find the alien who is waiting nearby. The alien takes Superman through a time portal through to ancient Egypt. They go to the site of the Sphinx constructions in Gaza, where Superman realizes the Sphinx has a lion face and not a human one. The alien said that it originally had a lion face, as the builders use a lion as their god king's visage. Showing Superman their god, he is shocked to learn that it is Darkseid's father who lords over Egypt. A new series from Neal Adams. Neal Adams hasn't wrote Superman since, I think, the Muhammad Ali vs. Superman comic, which was a long time ago, very, very long time ago. And I gotta say, it's like picking up one of his old issues, you know? Felt like an old school Superman comic while it's actually set in present time, since they reference stuff like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and camera phones and stuff like that. But it feels like an old school Superman book, and it really helps as well that the characters in this book, since this isn't in the New 52 continuity, are actually in their old school jobs that they had during, you know, the 70s, 80s and 90s, which is Lois and Clark were working for a news station. Lois and Clark were both anchors. I think Clark was a foreign desk anchor, while Lois was more like Metropolis based stuff. But that was really cool. I really like that. And this whole thing, this whole storyline with all these Supermen coming in to sort of help Clark when he leaves, they're sort of there to be his, not really replacements, but sort of like look after the city while he's away. You know, they've been learning about Kal-El and the legend of Kal-El and Superman. So they've been sort of training to be his sort of substitutes, basically, while he's off dealing with Darkseid's father, I guess, which is pretty cool. I'm really interested to see what it's like, especially if it's going to be old school Darkseid, where he was sort of like this, the ruler of Apocalypse, and he's like, I'm going to attack Metropolis now. It's that sort of stuff. One of my favorite Darkseid adaptations. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. It's got that really nice blend of old school with the art, with Neal Adams' art and how he writes these characters, with the sort of new modern take with some of the dialogue as well. And obviously the looks of the characters, while they look old, they also look kind of new. Like Superman's got the old school costume, but it's kind of updated. Like there's big thick heavy lines on it and the big belt and everything. Looks really cool. But yeah, really cool comic. I really suggest people come read this one. And you can read it because it's not in continuity, so you don't have to worry about not wanting to read, you know, the main Superman books or not being up to date with the New 52. So it's a really good jump on point for people who maybe want to just read Superman. I'm going to give this book a 9 out of 10.